Well, the pitch session on Grew and Transfer always sort of throws out a big challenge to the agencies and the crews sort of working behind the scenes on those ads. So when I read this script and heard that it was about euthanasia, it was certainly a difficult one to begin with.
Number one, I thought really interesting because to sell death is obviously going to be a big challenge. On the other hand, after spending a few minutes initially with the brief, I started to feel a bit uncomfortable with the whole thing.
Killing 80-year-olds, my grandparents, made me very uncomfortable. Maybe didn't like it at all.
The idea that we were going to be part of even a spoof ad to bring compulsory euthanasia to the public forum. But having said that, an hour later, I kind of bought into the whole thing and thought, actually, maybe this is a good idea.
We're going to transfer looking for a serious execution. This is a serious brief, so we can't answer this with a joke. It's probably one of the hardest briefs I've worked on in a while. It just took hours and hours of arguing, just going around in circles a lot, and then eventually having to make a decision and say, okay, this is what we're doing, let's stick with it, let's do it.
Every year, the elderly cost this country millions in healthcare and welfare.
We've got what is actually a very complex issue down to a very, very simple demonstration type commercial where we compare the old with the young and put forward the debate about if the old people aren't sacrificed, then maybe the young people will have to be. So I think we've simplified what is quite a complex brief.
In terms of bringing the story to life on screen from the paper storyboards and the script, Kevin and I were really keen to keep quite a simple approach to the coverage and the camera and really just let the action and the narration speak for itself. So we wanted to try and hold the takes as long as possible and really let the character of the old man really tell the story without too much style from the camera. Stand by and action.
I think this section of the programme, and I think why it's such a successful part of the programme, is they're actually looking to showcase the actual talent in Australia in terms of who do we have out there creatively and how persuasive they can be in terms of getting a message across. And obviously a brief like this really does test your persuasive ability. This brief, I think, highlighted why The Works is a great agency. Our whole thing is about creatives on the forefront, okay? Direct access to creatives from a client's perspective. So there are huge benefits in that. Not least, you get lots of ideas and you get them quickly, but our creatives on the forefront model suits this type of brief really well, where you don't get a huge amount of time, but you've got a very, very challenging brief to get through. So we can kind of get to creative solutions very, very quickly and get to lots of them, and then dissect whether they're any good and then choose the right one that's best for the job.